Blockchain in Kazakhstan. The world news. Source code from Gene Prospects. The second wind of online platforms. Tech Control, VR media service. The Kazakhstan news. November 2008. Japan. Leading cryptographers of the country of the rising sun simultaneously receive an email from a certain Satoshi Nakamoto. A letter was attached detailing the unknown code, later called Bitcoin. However, as it often happens in the shadow of the cryptocurrency itself, there was a no less significant invention, known today as a blockchain. This is a smart account book or database which records data about objects and events of real life. At the same time, blockchain differs significantly from other small technologies due to its openness and reliability. Information here is almost impossible to forge, replace, or delete.
Создается первая запись. На основании этой записи считается определенный.
When the first record is generated, based on this record, a specific hash is generated. In turn, based on this hash, the second block is formed, and these blocks are interconnected. They're a chain, an information storage system.
Распределенная система хранения информации.
Blockchain became especially interesting to Kazakhs when the National Bank of Kazakhstan announced the purchase and sale of its securities on the basis of this technology. The main goal, of course, of this project is to provide the population with a simple, convenient access to invest funds, to purchase short-term notes of the National Bank. All brokerage transactions will be performed in a special mobile application. There are no taxes, commissions, and time limits for ownership. At the first stage, individuals, regular citizens, must register in the system. After registration, a person is assigned a wallet through which he can replenish and purchase short-term notes. The nominal value of one note is determined in the amount of 100 tenge, which will allow using even small savings for investment. Currently, the system undergoes internal testing. It is planned that this product will be launched in the second half of 2017. However, the state regulator is not the first one who decided to make a product on the basis of blocking. As soon as this technology became popular in the West, the efficiency of its work was analyzed in the First Credit Bureau. This is a financial tech company with the largest in the country database of credit histories. It has 33 million contacts, information on 8 million physical and 95,000 legal entities.
На текущий момент мы предоставляем рынку более 20 видов услуг.
To date, we provide the market with more than 20 types of services, among which are 10 types of scoring, 5 types of application scoring. This is behavior scoring, file scoring, fraud scoring, propensity to lend, scoring recovery. These are quite popular products used by banks and other financial organizations.
Используемые банками и другими финансовыми организациями.
The Register of Bank Guarantees is the first Kazakhstani service based on a blockchain developed in this company. However, this concept was not fully realized because at the present stage of development, the technology cannot operatively work with bank requests. We offer this to the National Bank, including the blockchain technology, to completely, at its own expense, make such a service that would take into account all issued bank guarantees. In fact, such technology of registration of bank guarantees will provide transparency and legitimacy of any bank guarantee. Today, the technical specialists of this company are developing a new service. At the heart of his work is a distributed information storage system. Not all secrets are disclosed here. However, it is already known that this will be a project from a series of anti-fraud products, which will allow fighting fraud, including in the digital environment. In China, 30 people associated with the Project Transit elevated bus were arrested. This is the first prototype of a gantry bus moving over cars, which was presented last August. Transport was designed for 300 people and moved along rails on parallel supports. They lifted the bus over the road and other cars, thus avoiding traffic jams. However, after public tests, the bus was abandoned on the outskirts of the port city of Quinhuangdiao, and the developers stopped communicating with investors. According to one of the 72 investors who filed a lawsuit against the startups, by October of last year, the founders of TEB attracted about $1.3 billion. shares of automaker Tesla collapsed in price. If we compare with the maximum level of the company's share price, which was fixed on June 23rd, the fall was 14.7%. The decrease in quotations is due to the data on supplies, which were published recently. For the first half of the year, the company supplied only 47,000 electric vehicles out of 50,000 declared. The automaker explained the lack of supply with problems with the release of batteries, which were until June. The Committee on Legal Statistics and Special Accounts of the Prosecutor General's Office of Kazakhstan, jointly with Krisha.kz, launched an interactive crime map. Now on the site for real estate sales, you can track in real time the crime situation of a particular house, residential complex, street, or area with an accuracy of 1 meter. There's a plan of the nation. There's a 30-second step which speaks about the creation of a criminal offense card so that people and local police can see the situation and monitor what is happening in a particular area. The choice in favor of this service was made not accidentally. Today, the site is considered an absolute leader in the relationship in the real estate market. A monthly platform is visited by 2 million users, which serve 30,000 ads per day. The choice of real estate is a more complicated process than buying some simple things. This is a serious conscious choice of a person, and in the search for real estate, people need to learn a lot, not only about the object itself, but also about what is nearby. And of course, one of the most important factors is how much the area in which a person plans to buy or rent a property is favorable for him. The map is designed not only for Kazakhstanis but also for the local police, since the main goal of the project is the formation of public order together with state bodies. Since the launch of this service at the end of May, early June, this information was used by 35,000 people. In principle, this is not so much relative to the overall attendance of the website, but if you consider that in principle there are about 15,000 purchase and sale of real estate around the country, that is 2 times less. In a month, it is quite a lot. The service allows you to track crime situations on several parameters, including the severity of the crimes and the period of time for which they were committed. Technically, our work with the Prosecutor General's office is arranged quite conveniently. These are the classic technologies that are used in web projects. The Statistics Committee has a pre-written API. The data in it is updated online, and as soon as some crime was registered online, it immediately appears on the map. The interface of the criminal map shows the points of crimes. This is clear and precise information. However, it is not always convenient for use, since you have to manually review the situation in the area. We want to go further and make heat maps so you can just compare. Here in this area it is red, and in this lighter and green. And then it will be easier to make a decision without going into details, exactly what offenses were committed. Today they are working on a new project. Its database will also target the API of the Prosecutor General's Office of Kazakhstan. It's about a service that will clean up the primary real estate market of the Republic from scammers. More details about this we'll tell in one of our next programs. Ruslan Bukharev is the head of an innovative Kazakhstani company. Given the speed of computer technology development, Ruslan has every minute on his account, and sometimes he does not have enough time even to buy a ticket at the air ticket office. Our company is engaged in IT distribution. We are one of the largest IT distributors in Kazakhstan. By the nature of our activities, our employees are often on business trips in Kazakhstan, CIS countries, and around the world. More recently, Ruslan has discovered a new service that allows him to buy corporate tours and receive all the necessary documents online. This is a website about the sale of cheap tickets, santufei.com. We launched the first version of the site somewhere in February of 2014 and worked on it for another year. Started to operate in a normal mode in August 2015. And from that moment on, we grow almost every month by 10%. And now our turnover is more than 350 million tenge per month. Monthly on this platform, they sell 7,000 tickets. This is a fairly solid figure. It was achieved, among other things, by introducing the latest visual and mathematical algorithms in working with the product. Thanks to this, the system finds the cheapest among the several thousand offers for buying air tickets.
Для поиска дешевых авиабилетов мы делаем запросы к разным провайдерам, то есть к системам.
To search for cheap air tickets, we make inquiries to different providers, the backup systems in this case, and after we get answers from them, we know that there is such a direction, there is such a flight. Then we use this combination to find the cheapest price and only show it to the user.
Как бы самую дешевую цену и уже только ее показываем пользователю.
A great deal of attention is paid to the external component of the service developers, or the interface of the site. Whether the user wants to make the next few clicks or not largely depends on its content.
При выборе цветовой гаммы мы исключили всевозможные.
When choosing the color palette, we extend all possible color variations, which can distract our user from the rapid purchase of air tickets. We left only two primary colors, orange and blue, and we also use the auxiliary colors on the monochrome color scale.
Также воспользовались вспомогательными цветами монохромной цветовой гаммы.
A number of private businessmen were interested in prospects for the development of this company. Recently, they invested $300,000 in the project. These funds will be used to expand the project, increase the team, and develop new products.
Мы хотим в будущем добавить.
We want to add popular products in the future, such as the possibility of booking hotels and railway tickets, as well as booking insurance policies online. We plan to launch railway services in late August, hotels in late fall, and insurance somewhere in between these two releases. Globally, we'll become a supermarket of tourist services. Until the end of this year, they plan to increase the monthly turnover to 700 million tenge. Startup Dictionary. Friends, family, and fools. In the classical scheme of attracting money, this is the initial source of investment. The phrase has its origin from the Silicon Valley and has already become a winged expression. An example of use, it's time to go 3F, startup folklore. Oljas Kudakbayev, General Director of Payment Organization. Experience in creating and promoting financial products. Specialization, IT, FinTech. Review for the startup, newmedia.kz. Newmedia.kz, information platform for creating plots in augmented reality.
Сейчас с дополненной реальностью очень много интересных проектов, и мне кажется, что за этим в целом будущее, но в рамках именно развлечения.
I think there is one nuance. Content recipients are clients who must already have some kind of VR device, and this is a very narrow niche, since the device itself is worth some money and you have to learn to work with it. Moreover, now the market is developing and there are more and more of such devices.
Стоит каких-то денег, с ним работать тоже надо научиться и так далее. Да, понятно, сейчас рынок двигается к тому, чтобы они будут появляться все больше и больше, но нужно, мне кажется, подождать, пока...
However, in my opinion, you need to wait until more interactive game content will be released, for which customers will purchase such devices. And only then, as an addition, it will be possible to offer such content, because the distribution of this content is a rather laborious and expensive issue.
Распространение этого контента — это достаточно трудоемкая, дорогостоящая задача. С точки зрения техники и программного обеспечения, которое нужно будет для создания.
From the point of view, the technology and software that will be needed to create this type of content, the project is very time-consuming, because in addition to programming specialists, there's also a need for narrow specialists in 3D modeling and so on.
Узкая специализация связана с 3D-моделированием и так далее и тому подобное. Бюджет 4 миллиона тенге, который они оценили для этого проекта, мне кажется, он очень маленький.
The budget of 4 million tenge, which they laid for this project, seems to be very small. These guys only see the tip of the iceberg from this project. With this money, you can only create a prototype web service. But the product itself, it seems to me, still needs to be supplemented with many 3D things and other unique products that no one in Kazakhstan will provide for free. You have to pay for the license or buy a subscription. I repeat, I think the budget is too low for this project and may require a budget of 100 million tenge.
Мне кажется, бюджет сильно занижен на такого рода проект. Возможно, ему потребуется бюджет в районе 100 миллионов. Если говорить о коммерциализации этого проекта ежемесячно,
If we talk about the commercialization of this project, a monthly subscription or an annual subscription, now I think for our market there is still no place for this kind of project and for this kind of content, because people do not pay for the annual subscription. If you want people to pay, you need to make exclusive content. Figuratively speaking, to issue these Wii glasses for free, the project will drag a huge investment, but you will not find so much content. People often just look at the photo on the internet or watch something on YouTube and that's it. They're accustomed to consume content for free, and it'll be quite difficult to commercialize this project in my opinion.
фотографию в интернете, либо там посмотреть что-то в YouTube и все на них, да, то есть они привыкли потреблять контент бесплатно. И коммерциализовать вот этот именно проект будет достаточно сложно, по моему мнению.
In Kazakhstan, a new service has been launched that allows you to sign documents online using an electronic digital signature. The program will facilitate the work, first of all, for large Kazakhstan corporations, where they make 300 to 10,000 correspondences daily. Several interesting startups work on the market of Kazakhstan LED lighting. One of them is Joly. This is an intelligent system that, in conjunction with a mobile application, allows you to interactively control the light while creating different scenarios for its operation. You will learn more information about this product and service in our next program.